Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. We as them boys in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Prophecy in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke. What is up, guys? What is cracking? It's the Come Man, and I am in your house. And you guys already know the vibes. Anytime we slide on through, we're here to give you that work when it comes to the professional wrestling business. And that is exactly what we are here to do. And listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm coming right out of the gate right now because I'm a man who likes to keep it real and be transparent. I just want to issue you guys out there in the household an apology. Man, I owed y'all some work this past week, whether it been Wednesday when it comes to our Raw episode, the Raw deal with Howse and O'Neil, or our ECW watch long, ECW Hardcore TV. Listen, life been lifing, and I believe in transparency, but best believe that that work is coming to you right here, right now at the Sunday House Party, and we're definitely going to get to that here in a little bit because, listen, it has been a weekend of heavy events, all right? I know it's on everybody's mouth. Everybody was talking about it. That was this past Friday night, and that was Tyson versus Paul. And, man, it had a big fight feel to it. I personally didn't get a chance to stay up and see the main event. I heard there was a lot of buffering going on there on Netflix. That's something we're definitely going to talk about. But, man, the big fight feel was something that I truly loved. And I was talking about it in the chat with my guys right here. And, of course, I got to bring in my guy who I talk to every single Friday. That's on the ECW Watch Long, ECW Hardcore Television. That is the educator of Extreme himself. That's the voice, Josh Joseph, here on In Your House. What is up, man?
How goes it, house? How goes it, household? Grunts, friends, my friends, window lickers, are you out there? Any chaos goblins? I know it's been a while since you've seen me, but the voice is back. He's back in town. If I had the water, I would pull it down and, do that. They don't know about that, House.
They don't know about it, bro.
They don't know about
none of that.
It's great to see you, though, man.
Happy to be back, man. It has been a busy week for me, but man, wrestling don't stop. I say it all the time. Even if we stop, wrestling keeps on going. We're going to discuss that because SmackDown was really good, and it had to be, man, because they were going up against a heavy event that night. Just like I talked about, man, the big fight feel there, man, and it was definitely in the air, but SmackDown did happen. And when SmackDown goes down, that means we got to hang out with Grunt in his room because he talks all things SmackDown, and he's going to talk a little bit of SmackDown here too. Gruntmeister is back on In Your House. What is up, man?
Yo, what is up? Yeah, that fight was crazy in all the wrong ways. And that night was crazy. Yeah. But I mean, it's Sunday. We got some wrestling to talk about.
Oh, yes, most definitely, man. And that SmackDown, man, I watched it this morning when I got a chance to just kind of chill and relax and get some rest or whatever, and I watched, and it was good. It was good, man. I enjoyed it. And, man, but we're going to stay with the fight here because we got to, because it's something, it's combat sports, and we try to talk about as much combat sports as we possibly can here. I understand it was a big weekend for the UFC as well, and I didn't get a chance to catch it. I did get a chance to see John Jones doing the Trump dance though on social media. Like I was like, you getting that Trump dance?
He did it and pointed right at Trump. Did it right in front of Trump.
Craziest thing ever, bro. Craziest thing ever. But somebody who sees all that pop culture, who just dives, digs deep into the pop culture, I'm gonna hand the reins over to him, and that's the producer of the show here. That is Hypocrisy Jones. He is here at In Your House. What is up, man?
Yo, what is up out there, household? What is up, all there, my friends? What is up, Grunmeister? What is up, Voice? What is up, Con Man? Yo, it was a big weekend this weekend, and I know y'all want to talk about it, whether it's John Jones doing the Trump dance, seeing Mike Tyson showing his ass out there, literally. Whatever it was, if you lost money on the
I think a lot of people lost money.
Jake Paul fight, bro, or you just sat there on 26% like most of us, bro. Like, I swear to God, an illegal cable box would never. And if you don't know about it, I'm sorry, because you in the wrong generation.
Never, bro. Yeah, if you don't know, you don't know.
Would never, bro. It was an absolutely awesome weekend for combat sports, entertainment, all that stuff. This is a wrestling podcast. This is a wrestling podcast network, and we're gonna get into some wrestling. But we really had an age-old debate this weekend. What's better? Is it wrestling or is it boxing?
Oh, come on, man.
Who wore it better?
What? I'm just saying.
I think it's still Rikishi.
Rikishi
has an iconic ass.
I think you might be right. We're going to talk about all of this and more right here on the house party because it was absolutely crazy. But real quick, lightning fast. What were y'all's expectations of the Tyson Logan Paul fight, Con?
That's a good question because I went into this understanding that this was a work. So I didn't watch boxing specifically for that right there. And that's because I see Jake Paul and I see Tyson every single week. We talk about Jake Paul and Tyson in one way every single week because it's staged. It's a production that they're putting on that is obviously, in my eyes, predetermined. So when I was watching this, my understanding was to watch the other boxing, and I got a chance to watch the first two matches. And the first match, which it was Goye and the gentleman Nunez. This is something that this was just around, and I'm sorry, I have to talk about this because it was just a raw massacre. It was somebody who was a influencer. He'd only been boxing 3 years. He was 1-0 against a boxer who'd been 18-4, comes from a boxing family. And you can see it because Goye was just out there playing with him. Seriously, he was just playing with this dude. Dude was scared to throw a punch. It was crazy. And then I've never seen a man get humped in a boxing ring before, but that's exactly what happened. He literally fucked this dude, and then he took gloves with him. I'm like, bro, he just humped you on live streaming, and you're like, oh, that's cool, bro. This ain't for you. You need to find another profession, bro.
Yeah, no, I don't think that's fantastic. The move. We need a whole lot of pauses in there. Boys, what'd you think?
Well, my first expectation was met because it felt like a Tyson fight at the beginning before they even got into the ring.
There was some hype. There was hype.
We talked about it in the chat, and it felt like a fight night. I remember that growing up. If you don't remember Tyson in his heyday and there being a Tyson fight and the energy that went around families, my family went to my grandfather's house, and that's what we watched. Yeah. And we had chicken wings, we had dip, we had all. It was an event. It was like another holiday. So that brought those memories back to me, and my kids wanted to see it, but you fucked me, didn't you, Netflix?
I think Netflix fucked on everybody.
Yeah. It's cool that we pay for their services. I don't know. If I was getting all that money in and I was putting on something like this and I was making all this money, I would probably made sure I seen somebody put up a meme of Beetlejuice from Howard Stern, and they had like a
Dang.
bunch of internet just
Yeah,
back
yeah, I
behind
saw
them,
that
and it
one.
was just like, I don't know what
saw
you
that
want from me. What? Like,
What?
so it was funny.
What am I supposed
But
to do?
yeah, I mean, I wanted to see Tyson because there were so many times when we've seen him in his prime fighting, when he's that close to a fighter, that fighter dies. Like, he doesn't get out of that. That's like and there were so many times that they were so close to each other. I don't know. I did have PTSD though. That was the first time I experienced this. The first time Tyson got right up to Paul's ear, I had flashbacks of Tyson biting Holyfield. And
I
was like,
remember
oh,
it.
shit,
I
is he
watched
going
it
to do
live.
it?
I watched that shit live. That was fucking
Oh.
crazy.
Oh, I did too. And
Jeez.
yeah, so I don't know. But those ladies, they did their thing.
Oh yeah,
That was
yeah,
probably
yeah.
everything I understand is that was actually the fight of the night. Like,
Yeah.
they was going, and that's, I don't know, man. That's crazy to me, but I think, like, in my mind, and I don't know where you guys stand at, because I saw some pictures or like videos and stuff where Tyson was like fighting for his life out there, man. It was kind of tough to watch a little bit. And like, I guess I just raised the question, like, do y'all want to see Tyson do something like this again, hop in the ring again?
No.
No.
Nah, no, not really.
Yeah.
Not really.
I'm not
Grun,
really
what
interested no more.
No, Grun, what did you think of the fight? I know, like, you're a little bit younger than we are, so yeah, your generation of seeing Mike Tyson, your perspective is probably a little bit different than ours. I know, I know, like Voice was talking up there. You know, we used to have like parties like back in the day for Tyson fights. It used to be a thing. And then I was even talking to my mother-in-law, and even before, you know, we used to have those pay-per-view parties. People used to gather around broadcast television, if you crazy or not, or if you believe this or not, broadcast free television, kind of like what we're doing now with Netflix or trying to do. And have like parties for these boxing matches. So what did this make you feel this weekend?
So this was my first time watching a boxing card at all. And growing up, I only knew what was Mike Tyson's reputation, that he was the baddest man on the planet, that if you were to fuck with him, you are signing your own death warrant. Or that if there was any man to fear getting into a fight with, it's this man. And I definitely didn't see it, but I think that's more because his glory days, his prime, he's so far out of his prime, even though it was only 4 years ago we saw that, hey, 4 years ago he could really go, but at the same time that was the sparring videos, and like he's had a lot of health issues since then. I mean, like, I felt like if we're going to see Jake Paul in another fight against, like, I think we need to kill this idea that social media stars can become pro athletes. Like, because you can be a pro athlete and an influencer, but you can't become a pro athlete just because you're a social media influencer.
Well, why won't he fight Tyson Fury again?
Why won't he? Because he knows that Tyson Fury's not gonna fucking take the fucking money to.
That was his Fury.
He's coming.
That was his brother. That was his brother.
Brother, cousin. He's a Fury. Tom.
Hey, it's all family in Kentucky.
Hey, he's got to win over him.
He absolutely does. So, okay, Grun, you brought up an interesting topic, right? And it was making me think, bro. So you don't think that influencers should like be using their means, using their money to go up against these former top athletes? But man, I don't know. This really sparked an idea with me. I don't know if you guys remember this show back in the day. It was called Pros versus Joes, right?
Oh, it was fantastic.
Yeah. And what it did, it took pro athletes that weren't. I mean, they were kind of past their prime. They were retired from the game, and they put them up against regular day ass people that had regular day ass jobs, and we saw who could compete. And a lot of times, the pro athlete would come out on top. But occasionally you would have a Joe that would be a pro athlete. Now this is what this Jake Paul Tyson whole fiasco situation reminded me of. It reminded me of a long ass episode of Pros versus Joes, with the exception that Jake Paul is an influencer. He has a great amount of money at his disposal. He's basically used these last 4 or 5 years to just train himself, get himself in the proper aspect. Is there anyone that you guys out there would like to see go up against a pro athlete of any type if they have the means like that? Let's say now I'm going to throw out I'm going to throw out an example. So let's say Kai Cenat, huge influencer out in the world right now, lots of disposable means. He could probably go through the proper amount of training to do some of these things. Let's say Kai Cenat challenged Steph Curry to a game of 1-on-1 with 2 years. Oh, I believe this. But give Kai like 18 months to train. Okay. Yeah. He could train with LeBron because he can afford it, right?
Right.
But would you guys be interested in seeing something like this?
I would actually be more interested in seeing the LeBron training tape. That would be the comical.
You know they're going to make a Netflix documentary about this.
Yeah. Oh, they would. They definitely would. But yeah,
they'll be training in a barbershop or some weird ass shit. It'll be weird.
LeBron putting on his glasses, reading a book upside down. Yeah, it would be fantastic. Yeah. I would like to see. I understand where Grun's saying like we don't need to see these YouTube stars do this stuff. These creators come out there and do this. I like seeing it done. But when you're out there proclaiming you're the greatest or you're the reason why boxing's still around, that's where I draw my line and I say,
where's the argument though right now? Because, okay, look, like Jake Paul or not, who was watching boxing at this level at let me fuck up your Netflix stream level? Who's been watching boxing or like that before him? And I know most of this is Mike Tyson, but
you got to have a dance partner though.
Exactly.
You can't just nobody's going to want to watch Mike Tyson against just some Joe Schmo. That's not going to sell.
I think we're forgetting HBO has, and I mean, I don't know if they still do it, but Friday Night Fights is a thing, and it's a thing for a reason, because people do still watch it. So there is a base. I understand what you're saying, Jones. No one's doing it at his level, but he's not the greatest. This whole generation loves to throw these words out that make no sense, and then they can skidoo on it. And words have to mean something. You cannot be out there calling yourself the greatest.
You know what this makes? Wait.
We're a wrestling podcast, and we're talking about you can't call yourself the greatest. What that is 90% of wrestling promos, my guy. It doesn't even have to be real.
That's wrestling.
Look, Dom Mysterio is a thing.
Yeah.
He is a real
wrestling. Dom Mysterio is a god. Outside of, he's just your regular dude working construction and that you hang out with and smoke weed with. That's
what do you think Jake Paul is?
He's the same thing, but he's got money because other dummies go, I'm subscribing to you.
Oh my god!
That's why we got these.
Speaking of which, if you would like to subscribe to the In Your House podcast or In Your House podcast or networks, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe. We don't necessarily need your donation dollars, but we'll take them.
Yeah, we definitely will.
I'll tell people I'm the greatest.
Yeah,
I already know what I'm the greatest at, but yeah,
I am.
Oh man. All right. So you was talking about this idea about an actual GOAT, like what people consider a GOAT.
Yes.
Against an influencer. What was you? All right. Why?
Yeah.
For what?
So let's play a little game. You
Okay.
guys, I will give you guys an aged athlete, and you guys give me an influencer that you could possibly see going up against him. Let's go round number one. I'll give you guys all the same athlete. You guys just give me the influencer, okay? So
Okay.
round number one, we're gonna go Ken Griffey Jr. Home run derby contest, Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh. See, I could tell you, I could tell you a goat more than I can tell you an influencer. That's for sure. I don't know.
Well, you want me to give my example so you can go off of like
Sure.
something like follow my lead?
I had some
So-
ideas, but sure.
I got Bert Kreischer, comedian. I understand he's not, your typical influencer, but he does have a podcast. He does influence fat guys with beer bellies to take off their shirts. So it's influential to some degree. But the dude also can swing a bat. And I think he could, I don't think he would win against Griffey, but I think he could give Griffey a challenge to where he kind of has to pull it out a little more, maybe crank some, maybe hit some a little farther to prove a point.
Got you. I got you.
That's
What
what
about
I'm
you,
going-
Rune?
Okay, so you're talking about a baseball star legend.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't. If I'm going to, you know what? I'm going to go Matt Rife.
Okay.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. I could see that.
He has the money. He
Yeah.
could train for that.
Okay. All right. I see y'all. I see y'all. So it's me then. All right. Let's go with the Dude Perfect guys.
Yeah. That,
Okay.
Yeah. Dude
that's a
Perfect.
good one. That's a good one. That's a good
I
one.
think they might be able to give him a run.
How do you guys feel the Dude Perfect guys would fare in a challenge against Michael Jordan?
Okay, now what's the challenge?
Right,
Let-
that's the question. Are we
let's
playing
play
21
horse.
or what
No,
are we doing?
Let's play horse.
Horse. Ooh, I don't know. They might.
I don't know. Jordan,
They
he's
both-
hit some amazing shots in his
He
lifetime.
really has. He really has. But those Dude Perfect guys are going to be outside of the arena and shit like that. Like,
Yeah, no. You give Jordan first shot.
okay.
You give Jordan
Oh.
first shot, right? And then they have to
And
go
then
off
let
him.
go from there. Okay.
So
that's
you better
good.
hope he misses.
Yeah,
Ooh.
that's good. I like that. Okay.
Yeah, because he could hit you with that fadeaway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Who's
can you
it?
really,
I mean-
can you really duplicate that fadeaway unless you Kobe?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna switch it up this time. I'm gonna give
All
you
right.
guys an influencer. You give me an app you would like to see this influencer go up against. Okay.
Okay. Right on.
Okay.
So, Drewski. Are you guys familiar with Drewski?
Yes, I know Drewski. Yeah.
I figured
Right.
you would. Hey, okay, good. Like, who we putting up against Drewski, or putting Drewski up against?
That's a good question.
Comedian, actor, Drewski.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a good question.
Larry Bird in a 3-point competition.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay. All right. Larry Bird in a 3-point competition.
I don't. Drewski's a big guy, bro. So
He's a big dude.
he's a big
Larry
guy.
Bird's old as fuck.
He is. You're
I'm
not-
just being honest.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I would put Drewski up in I would also put him in a baseball competition, but
Okay.
let's see him up against like a Barry Bonds.
Ooh. Okay. Okay. I would like to see him like do some in football. Maybe Warren Sapp.
Okay. What kind of
Give him
football
on the bowl ring?
competition could we have with two? Like,
Maybe have them like
basically-
hold a line or something like that. Who can hold the line?
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure we can think of something fun with that. That'd be fun.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. I like Warren Sapp for sure.
Okay. Now let's switch this up a little bit more.
Okay.
And let's bring this more towards the in your house family of things. All right. I'm gonna give you I'm gonna give you an athlete, right?
Yep.
And you guys give me a WWE wrestling match you would like to see that athlete in.
Their
Okay.
opponent.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, match and opponent. All right.
So let's go. First off, let's go Tom Brady.
Okay.
Tom
Put him in a
Brady.
match.
Put him in a
Okay.
match.
Put him in a match.
Tom
Okay.
Brady in a match
Let's see.
with the current roster.
Anybody. Just go anybody.
Okay.
I would like to see him, Tom Brady, in a match. I'd like to see him against Cody Rhodes.
I think that would be
Okay.
nice.
The
All right.
All-American match there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
American
Well,
who's
Nightmare
gonna-
versus the Patriot.
Who's hated more? Are we Team Cody or are we Team Tom? Because I'm never Team Tom.
Well,
Tom's destroyed many of my childhood favorite games.
Yeah.
With the past. So yeah, I'm
That's
going
what he
Team
did.
Cody.
Yeah.
I gotta go Team Cody on that one.
Yeah,
I-
for sure.
Green, you got something?
I think I would want to see Tom Brady in a. You know, we're gonna go with a ladder match. No, you want no. You want on? You want no? I got it. Lumberjack match. And Patriots are half of the team. The other half is the Italian Mafia because he's going up against Tony D'Angelo.
Oh my God. I like it.
Okay.
I
I like
like
that.
it.
I like that.
Wow.
It's old and new. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that. All right. Let's cap this off. We'll do just any sort of fantasy match that you could see. You could bridge any influencer, any sport or sports entertainers or sports athlete in a just fantasy matchup of whatever you're choosing.
Okay. All right. So I'll put. All right. I think I got something. We've seen him take this before from the man himself. I know he's on the shelf right now because he's telling the story with KO, but Randy Orton, we saw him give a RKO to I Show Speed. I think he's got some revenge there. I'd like to see I Show Speed versus Randy Orton in a match.
Okay. I dig that.
I like that. Yeah, I would like to see. We brought him up earlier, Warren Sapp, and I would like to see them recreate the Bam Bam Bigelow Lawrence Taylor match. So we bring in Braun Breaker.
Ooh.
Him and Warren Sapp just go at it. False count anywhere. Let's just open that one wide open.
Sure.
Let them go at it. I think that would be a great one.
I dig that. Green, you got anything?
Yeah, his
I
wheels are
do.
turning.
You know what? I'm gonna bring my boy Rife back into this. He's gonna be in a ladder match against Logan Paul.
Oh my
One
god!
of these pretty,
Oh my
one of these
God.
pretty boys ain't gonna be pretty after this.
Oh,
Wow.
Man.
Wow.
Oh,
I
can we
love
put them
it.
in can we put them in a cell or a cage or
Yeah,
like,
there we go.
Why don't we throw
and
him in the cell?
give them both lots of blunt objects to throw at
There
each
we
other's
go.
heads.
I like this. This is a great way to solve a lot of the world's problems.
Exactly.
I like
You
it
see,
too.
We're not using pro wrestling correctly.
We're not, and that's why my final pick is going to be Donald Trump himself going one-on-one with the Undertaker. I don't care.
Oh shit!
They might kiss. They might kiss.
Now,
Well,
kiss.
he had a
Now
great life.
kiss. Now kiss.
Yeah, there might be some romance going on.
Oh yeah, Taker love him. I listen. I listen to that podcast. I'm a Taker fan through and through. It's his opinions ain't gonna stop the fact that I've enjoyed that man for so many years. But I think the kids call it glazing is what they call it. That's what Undertaker was doing to Trump, man. It's crazy stuff. But
If you actually want to see him on a good one, watch him on Flagrant. And
It was
just-
really good. Fragrant.
Yeah, watch those four guys just sit there and fucking make fun of him make
But-
fun of everything. It was a good one.
It
Is
was
it-
good. Yeah,
Sounds like a good time.
it was. Yeah,
Hey, you guys know what else is going to be a good time?
the house party.
Ryan, you must be reading my mind, because that's what I was thinking.
man.
That is literally what I was thinking. And I want to tell everybody that November 30th, we are having a live house party in your house podcast. We are going to be doing a live podcast. We'll have live music. We'll have independent wrestlers. You can come in costume. You may get a prize for that. We have games and prizes, and we're raffling off so many things, bro. It's going to be a fun time. All you need is $5. Come down. Outhouse Records in Kokomo, Indiana, 1090 Sycamore Street. From 2 to 5 p.m. right before Survivor Series War Games. We're gonna be having a blast, bro. It's gonna be fun. I hope you guys all come.
Most definitely, it's going to be great, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that because to talk about, and we will do that. We also have to talk SmackDown, and we're definitely going to get to that. But first, we got to take a break. We got to pay a few bills, and then when we do come back, we are going to talk about this past Friday night's SmackDown.
Exciting things are happening at the Kokomo Press. Yeah, very exciting things. Not only are we bringing you comedy shows, an open mic once a week, skits, videos, funny jokes on our page, and satire news stories, but now you can support us by going to kokomopress.shop. It's that simple. You go to kokomopress.shop, you find a t-shirt, you find a hat, maybe in the future some stickers and some posters. You go on there, you buy one of those from us, and percentage of the proceeds will go to us and help support what we do. We appreciate every person who just likes, subscribes, does all that. But if you go to kokomopress.shop and you buy something, we'll know who you are. You send us a photo of it. We will post it on our page and shout it out. Thank you so much. Go to kokomopress.shop, buy all your shirts and hats needs, and support the Kokomo Press. Thank you guys so much. kokomopress.shop.
Hello, everyone. It's the Pope Elijah Burke, founder and president of the Love Alive charity. I wanted to take this brief moment to share with you my charity's continued humanitarian efforts to positively impact the impoverished communities in and around the greater Jacksonville area. This cannot be possible without your support. If you'd be so kind, please take a moment to visit our website, love-alive.org, to learn more about the charity and its mission. Also, feel free to donate to our 501c3 organization that operates off of the donation of the public, which is you. Whether that be by website or via Cash App, $1 help makes a difference in the lives of others as we continue to positively influence many people by being the change that we wish to see in the world.
What is up, guys? What is cracking? It is pro wrestling manager, commentator, podcaster, and executive producer of the In Your House Wrestling Podcast, the Con Man, Alaconda Concept House, and I'm in your house to tell you about an amazing event that we're doing November 30th over in Kokomo, Indiana at Outhouse Records. Guys, it is going to be our first ever live In Your House party. It's going to be a movie, ladies and gentlemen. So much things going on. Live bands, and they're going to be playing your favorite wrestling themes. We're going to have wrestlers, costume contests, games that you can win prizes. So many awesome prizes. Over $1,000 worth of prizes. Come out and raffle for a chance to win some of these excellent prizes. And hey, I got a little bit of a sneak preview for you guys of what that you guys could win. And one of those things is AEW World Heavyweight Champion Jon Moxley. Look at that awesome figure. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not it. You're going to see him competing in War Games against the Bloodline 2.0. That's the tribal chief himself, Roman Reigns. Another great prize that you could win if you come in get some tickets to raffle, and you could be getting some awesome prizes such as what I just showed you and so much more. Once again, we're going to be doing our first ever live podcast where we're going to be giving you our predictions for Survivor Series War Games, and it's going to be myself, the hometown hero, master of ceremonies, Hypocrisy Jones, our game master, the voice, Josh Joseph, the amazing divinely designed Danny O'Neill, and of course the Chaos Goblin himself, Kevin Calloway. Come and join us as we're going to be having an awesome time right before Survivor Series War Games. We're going to be talking wrestling, giving away prizes, playing wrestling themes. Guys, you need to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you November 30th for the In Your House party. Peace.
In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowd.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to In Your House. And you guys saw the commercial. Make sure that you guys are showing up November 30th. We got all kinds of great prizes here. Like I said, Roman Reigns. It is a movie, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Dean Ambrose here, Jon Moxley, AEW World Heavyweight Champion. He's always going to be Dean Ambrose to me, but also we got some more prizes coming down for y'all. That right here. Look at this right here. Signed Kurt Angle picture right here, courtesy of Gimmicked Promotions. They do a great job with everything they do, and that's not it. Shout out to Mike King, Jared Bird, my boy, Gimmicked Promotions, because boom, boom, boom. Look at this. Signed himself, Kurt Angle pop. This is just one of the many awesome things. Yeah, there it is right there. One of the many awesome things that you guys can win for sure. But guys, that's going to be November 30th. My man threw it up there when we came back from commercial break. That is our new store that opened up, guys. That is right. We have got merch here at In Your House once again. New merch, and we just had to make sure we guys were giving you the best possible options here, and so we kind of switched some things around, and now we're going to be on Brainbuster Tees. Brainbuster Tees is now the new home of In Your House merchandise. You can get hoodies, shirts, hats, beanies, jogging pants. You can get some joggers on. It's crazy.
Those are nice too.
Those are nice, man. It's all good stuff. Fanny packs, anything. That's all we have literally tripled what we've been able to give you guys and put out there. And this isn't just what you guys are going to see, just the merch that's going to be on there. We're going to have new merch. We're going to update it. We're going to have newer ideas and whatnot as the podcast goes on, as this store evolves. We're excited about it. One of the newest stores out there right now, the In Your House podcast, Brainbuster Tees. So go to that site there. Check it out. Brainbuster Tees /In Your House. Check it out. Look at all that stuff. The stickers, hoodies. It's all great. All great. Represent one of the hottest podcasts in the Midwest, in the world, In Your House, by getting you some custom merch. And if you get it there in enough time, head on over, wear it to November 30th when we have our house party. It's going to be a vibe, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, this is awesome that we finally have a merch store up. We're going to have In Your House is having the biggest year that we've had since our conception in 2019. So that is just awesome. This event's going to hit hard. And guys, the prizes are still coming in. I'm going to be running right after this and doing some more on my merry little way. I'm feeling like Santa right now. Just go out and collecting the prizes and whatnot, because we really want to make this an awesome time for you guys out there in the household that are coming out to Kokomo, Indiana, that are coming to Outhouse Records, and making this an awesome time for all wrestling fans of all ages. And I know Hype has done a whole lot of work trying to put this stuff together, man. It's going to be an awesome night.
Yeah. We've all done a whole lot of work to put this together, man. We're gonna make this as fun as possible for everyone that joins us. Whether you're a lover of the In Your House podcast and you just want to come and join us for our live podcast, where we're gonna get your opinions, we're gonna get your live interactions, we're gonna get your live feedback on what we're talking about, our predictions for Survivor Series, bro. It's gonna be a movie. Or whether you want to come for the games that our head game Grandmaster Joshua, the voice Joseph, has put together, bro. And man, he's been brainstorming and coming up with some crazy stuff. This has really been a very, very team oriented thing, and that we put together, and hopefully you guys see all the fun that we're trying to have and see all the love that we put into it.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because it's been a lot. It's been a lot. Voice has got some great game ideas, man.
Yeah.
We got a lot planned for that, and we really want you all to participate in this because it's going to be a fun treat that we are bringing to you guys. This is like our thank you for being you, for supporting us, being like, hey, we fuck with these guys. So you know what? We want to show that we fuck with you, especially
totally. 100%.
Kokomo is popping off right now. Like
they really are.
If you're sleeping on Kokomo, you're going to be in the next couple of years. You're going to be like, man, they are creating some of the best content out there. Kokomo
they
Press
really
out there. This is a new record store, right? Outhouse Records is newish. They've been for less than a year, I believe.
Yeah, our homies Records, they actually purchased this building. It used to be another record store called American Hi-Fi, American Dream and Hi-Fi. And they purchased it from them. They revamped it. They revamped the idea. They have shows there every weekend, every Friday, Saturday. Just last night they had an insane show that my son attended. They do things for all ages. They also do yeah, man, it's just fun, bro. It's a vibe, and it's definitely a place that you want to be at, and you want to see some stuff, bro.
Yeah, we had a coffee shop that our high school like kind of worked at and funded and everything, and we would have Friday nights hardcore bands would go.
Yeah,
but during the week it was like a Christian coffee store, so you would have dudes in the rafters being like singing about ODing on drugs and like. A bunch of punk rock kids just having fun. It was fun times.
Yeah, I used to do shows in a little small coffee place called Taffy's in Eaton, Ohio, and we would go out there. I would perform my hip hop. All the kids from my school would come out and like would watch. Like it was just an event, man. It was fun stuff. So like, that's a vibe. It's a vibe. And it's gonna be a vibe. It's gonna be a vibe. November 30th when we hop this off. I'm really excited because like I'm trying to put the itinerary together for the live podcast. Of course, we're gonna be giving our predictions there for Survivor Series War Games. Every match, we're not even going to give our predictions at all until that very episode. But also, once again, like I said before, I'm trying to put together a nice little game of that's true, that might be true, that's ridiculous for us in the household to play. We're going to be answering your guys' questions out there. Hopefully we have something set the way you guys could walk up to the mic and step up to the mic, ask your question, and then we'll discuss it with you and then make room for the next person, So like that's going to be awesome. We're putting a lot of work into this, guys. November 30th is going to be a vibe for sure. So I'm super excited.
Absolutely, man. It's going to be fun. Grandmaster, I wish you could be there.
For sure, man. I wish.
But you live in weird ass Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, but
hey, you'll have your videos.
Yes, you will be there in spirit.
Oh, for sure.
There in spirit. I will get my videos ready for you guys.
That'll be awesome.
Beautiful.
That will be awesome. We're gonna definitely get you integrated in there for sure. That's gonna be awesome. But we talk about awesome and a vibe. I got to tell you, because I've been saying all Friday that SmackDown's in trouble because at least for this week, because they had to go up against the Tyson fight and everything. So I anticipated low expectations or not low expectations, but low ratings for SmackDown specifically because of this. But you know what? I got to say that for an episode where they probably could have turned down a little bit if they wanted to, they stayed poised because they made this an evening that was centering around championships being defended, championship tournament going on. You had the bloodline stuff going on. I mean, there was a lot of different things that moved into this show that made this a really, really good SmackDown. Because once again, like I said, I feel like they stayed poised. The KO stuff and Randy Orton and Cody stuff is going good. And we have the U.S. Women's Tournament that's going down. Everything going down with the bloodline. You had Naomi, who's prominently featured in the main event of the evening against Nia Jax for the Women's Championship. Then you had the tag team titles defended. you had the tag team titles defended between the Street Profits and the Motor City Machine Guns and everything that went down with that. And we'll talk about that. We also had LA Knight given an open challenge for his U.S. title and the return of Shinsuke Nakamura. There was a lot of moving parts that went into this SmackDown. Of course, I got to throw it over to Grunman, who talks all things SmackDown on Friday nights. What was your overall consensus of this episode of Friday Night SmackDown?
Overall, I thought it was a pretty good SmackDown. I think their logic behind how they booked this show was, well, there are people that like pro wrestling that don't like boxing. So so their logic probably was, let's still make it a good show for the people that are like, you know what, I'm not interested in this boxing, or I'm just not interested in paying money to see Jake Paul beat Mike Tyson, because they were like, most of us, like, we should have known, our gut instinct should have told us Jake Paul was gonna win. But they made a really good show.
I should have listened to me.
Jones,
I told all three of y'all. I told all three of y'all.
You said all
I'm just
three,
saying. All three.
I mean, you did, but we were holding on to hope. You were telling no. You told us reality don't care.
Sometimes I hate that my name is hypocrisy, because people just don't believe me when I speak the truth.
Never.
I mean, yeah.
Oh man. But Grun, this episode of SmackDown, like you said, they really made it a good episode for the fans that were watching, and that jumped off the screen to me, man. Like I said, this was a episode where there was a lot of moving parts, and I want to start because we've been really talking a lot about the Women's United States Championship. We talked about it a lot last week. We also talked about it with my son, who was a guest on the show, and now we know that it's going to be a tournament that is going to be compiled of 4 triple threat matches, which this is the format they've been kind of following for a few months now when it comes to tournaments, is this triple threat format, then boom, 2-on-2, then another 2-on-2, then boom. So I want to break this down just a tad bit and break it down with you guys, because I like how this bracket is set up, and specifically the triple threat match that went down on Friday night SmackDown, and that was B-Fab versus Candice LeRae versus Bayley. Now, looking at that on paper, you're looking at it and like, wow, Bayley is about to just dominate, because Candice LeRae, who, even though she is the first ever women's speed championship, what does that even mean? I don't even think anybody really like vibes with that or cares about that or whatever. And plus, she hasn't been featured prominently in the past until she's became a member of this faction with Nia Jax, and then you have B-Fab, who up until that night, I had never seen her wrestle. So I was like, all right, what's this about to look like? Because I never seen her wrestle. So I just assumed if she's never wrestled, it's because maybe she's not good at it, or maybe she didn't want to train, but no, you see Bayley there in the front. Like, obviously she won. If you guys watch it, you guys know she won. But I want to stay with B-Fab real quick, because she really, really impressed me this night. As somebody who had never seen her wrestle, she was a lot smoother than what I thought she would be. She didn't slow down the pace of the match. She didn't really look clunky in there. She looked like she belonged. And I thought that had to be zeroed in on, because now I want to see more B-Fab in the mix of things, and I think that there's a place for her in this growing women's division. Grun, what did you think of when you saw that triple threat match?
I thought the triple threat match was overall good, and I mean, yeah, like on paper, you would probably assume that Bayley was going to run roughshod over Candice and B-Fab, but I thought of it a little bit differently. I thought, well, Bayley and Candice are kind of in a little bit of a feud right now, so my guess was going to be that B-Fab could have won this and at least gone on to the next round.
Shocked everybody, right?
Shocked everyone, because if you told the story of Bayley and Candice are just so focused on beating the hell out of each other,
she could have took advantage.
B-Fab rolls in, takes advantage, like, hey, I'm down with that, because you know what? When you don't have when you don't know someone, you're probably not, when you don't see someone wrestle enough, you're probably not going to consider them a threat. B-Fab probably smart enough to know, you know what, I'll take advantage of that. Like, you dumb bitches, Just you've been fighting each other. I roll in, I stole it. I stole it, I steal it again.
He came out.
I love it, man.
Hey, you know what? If they dumb enough to let you steal it, steal it.
Hey,
Fuck around and find out.
Yeah, for real. I'm not mad at that. Like I said, B-Fab was impressive. Hype, did you kind of feel the same way? Or what did you think about this match?
Yeah, no, I since we don't see or haven't seen a good sample size of B-Fab other than in the back of every Eminem video or whatever, like I just thought she was a member of D12 that we didn't know. But she really should.
80 brothers, 80 of us, 80s love us.
Oh my gosh.
She really showed me something, man. Like, I hope that this means we will see more of her. This United States title scene is a very, 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 very good scene for her to be in. And if she can stay in it and make a name for herself in it, man, I hope that we can see more out of B-Fab, because she really did show that she's just not a background player. She doesn't have to be a background player. She can be a main scener, a main person. And like you said, I saw that match. I was like, oh shit, Bailey winning. Like, you know what I mean? Like Bailey winning easily. And it definitely was not easy.
It wasn't. It was great to see B-Fab on display. It was great to see Candice LeRae kind of be on display, because like now that they're putting her in this faction, it's like, okay, we're going to give you a purpose now. Like, we're going to give you something to do, which Candice LeRae has always been a good wrestler. If you remember her indie run, she's great at what she does, but just not an opportunity to kind of display it like that. Now she is being a part of this faction, being, another cohort to Nia Jackson, what she's putting together with Tiffy Time. And it's great what we're seeing. The women's division is really, really moving. I mean, B-Fab, who we saw her with as a background character in Hit Row, we saw her with the Pride, and then we saw her when the Pride disbanded and it just became the Street Profits. Like, she's always just been there and hasn't done anything, but this time we got a chance to see her in a better light. And then also, I don't know if you guys saw this, we saw Mia Yim come and stand side by side with her when she was backstage talking to Chelsea Green and Piper Niven. And this got me to thinking, is there room? Like, I know we have like the big three or whatever, but what if we had like a hood girl stable? Like the hood, like the hood girls, B-Fab, Mia Yim, and then the third for that one, Jada Parker, bro. I swear to God, I was about to say Jada Parker, bro.
Fuck yeah.
Put Jada Parker in there. She'd fit that shit perfectly.
Oh,
That's
my
your
God.
big girl trio right there. One of them be the U.S. champion, the other two be the tag champs. I'm telling you, this is hard as fuck.
Fuck yeah. I'm glad we were on the same wavelength with that one.
Crazy.
You said it like a millisecond before it was about to come out of my mouth, bro. Jada Parker would be perfect for that. I was literally thinking that earlier. It'd be perfect.
Oh man, I would love to see that.
What you think about that, voice?
That actually makes a perfect sense too, especially if you're, as we've noticed with the WWE, they kind of play into society.
Yeah.
Come on, man. When do you not see people just of all those cultures hanging out? Like, I see it all the time wherever I go, so let's make that's an interesting trio.
Listen, bro.
It is.
I say this with the utmost respect. This will be the bad bitch group. Like, they just be bad
like
at it. You know what I'm saying?
And
badass hood girls.
Exactly. And this to me really proves the Naomi effect. When you just keep your nose to the grindstone and keep working because something's eventually going to work out, you get influencers like you, Howse, who are noticing something that could really work. And I don't know if anybody's keeping any chalk marks up there on the old chalkboard about us, but IYH has been calling a lot of shit lately.
Yes,
this could definitely be, because exactly what you were talking about with B-Fab. She surprised you. She shocked you. She brought you into that match. That's what you were noticing in that match. how many others that happen to? This is a thing that happens where the fans predict what's going next, and what's next looking like BFAB is getting in place to actually make a difference in a division. So
Ain't that crazy to
I
say?
can see it. Yeah.
Wild.
I could honestly see what you're talking about happening.
Ain't that crazy to say, bro, that BFAB could be the one to kind of like make a wave in this women's division out of the clear blue fucking sky. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it coming. BFAB gonna make a play and you know, click up with Mia Yim. It's time. Like,
Well, did you expect this version of Mia Yim?
no,
No.
That was a big turn too.
I called for it because me and you had talked about it, that we want to see hardcore Mi Chin, and there she is with the fucking badass, with the hood. I mean the beanie. She got the fucking badass Letterman jacket on with the fucking kendo stick over her shoulder, paying homage to Sandman. Like she can
She
really
came out like a sober Sandman.
exactly like she's just that hood street girl that's gonna beat the fuck out of you, and I can see BFAB can play that role. Jada Parker can play that role. Put them together and just let it go. There's money right there. You're leaving money on the table. Like Jada Parker is ready to go. Like take advantage of it. They had to like if you want to put her with a stable, that's the right thing to do, because they were trying to put her with the stable with Out the Mud, and then Out the Mud collapsed underneath itself. Because Reggie wasn't. People didn't believe Reggie's character, and then the tag team. I think they still needed some time. I think they're going back to the lab with them.
They're getting better. I think OTM as the duo, they are getting better. I'm liking the work and the improvement that I've seen out of them on NXT. But I think you were definitely right. Jada Parker does not need OTM in that sense. OTM honestly needs to utilize Jada Parker more to boost their own stocks. But I see what you're saying.
She's the star in the group.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is because she's been displayed more. She's had standout. And listen, let that be the reason why Jada Parker comes to Mia Yim and BFAB, because remember the street fight they had a month or so ago on NXT, and be like, you know what? You a bad bitch. I respect you.
Yeah.
We want somebody like you running with us. That's how gangs start, bro. Like that's how the whole shit start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like mutual respect for your badassery.
Eddie Guerrero, Chris Benoit, Dean Malenko, when they came over from WCW, that was the bad dude club, you know?
Yeah.
They were the ones who were coming in to tear shit up. And I think you're right on the money with this. And like I would like to say with like what Jones is saying with OTM, I would say that they're more impressive than Authors of Pain right now. And Authors of Pain are just around because
you're a snooze fest, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna give Authors of Pain some time because like you said, somebody out there may be listening to us, and like we be dropping ideas and stuff like that, and we've been saying for a long time that Karrion Kross just needs to be himself, so he'll come across better. If that bleeds into the rest of the Final Testament, I think Authors of Pain will be okay. I can see some good things out of them, but also like I don't know. You may be right, because I'm not sure why they weren't on the last list. Well, no, I don't know why they weren't on the last list of cuts.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
To be frank, because they don't do anything for me. I know Triple H loves them.
They just don't contribute to anything.
It's that.
Like,
give me something.
Seriously, Cross can do all the stuff that he's doing by himself. They're literally not needed. Like anybody can be in that role and be more interesting. They just stand like there's no standout, out of the two. It's just they're there, and like they could be a badass tag team, but it's like they're freaking just they're statues, bro. That's all they are. They're freaking statues.
Yeah.
So
yeah, absolutely.
I don't know, but we got to keep it going here because we got to talk about Cody Rhodes demanding Kevin Owens to get the beatdown that he deserves. And this segment, give me what I want.
Give me
segment-
one more.
This segment was interesting to me because Cody, it seems like Cody is really staying out of the bloodline stuff. I thought we were going to pivot with him being the other member of War Games, but it doesn't look like we're moving in that direction. It looks like whatever it is, he wants to solve what's going on with Kevin Owens because of what Kevin Owens did. And I like the continuation of Nick Aldis selling the seriousness of the pile driver and how it's like that's supposed to be banned. It's supposed to protect future generations from having to walk in a wheelchair, and like he just showed the seriousness of it. Another nice touch that I liked that he did, he was like, I'm keeping him off the show because if he comes on here, it's just giving him what he wants. He's going to come on here, he's going to make things worse, and I'm not going to have the inmates running the asylum. Basically, Lightweight taking a shot at Adam Pearce and the way Adam Pearce runs Monday Night Raw, which is, just chaos. Yeah, just chaos, and Adam Pearce just tries to control all of it. It's just it's semi-controlled chaos as to where Nick Aldis tries to run a tight ship. But Cody played to the wrestler in Nick Aldis and told him, hey, if you were me, you'd want to solve it in the ring too. So that's one big thing I noticed on it. I honestly thought it was a good segment. Hype, what'd you think of it, bro?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good segment, and I think you're right. The epitome of Adam Pearce and Nick Aldis is like if you or I were running two separate wrestling shows, you would probably be way more controlled, and I would just be like, "No, let this shit happen, bro." Yeah. Let's see how much we can amp this up.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. And that's the contrasting styles because I like Nick Aldis. He's more like he wants to be a little bit more hands-on and let people know like, hey, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? But on the other side of things, I like the fact that Adam Pearce is just kind of trying to control the chaos. It was good stuff. Grun, what'd you think, man?
I mean, I thought this segment laid out the story really well. I think because Cody made a point while Nick Aldis is correct in his decision making. If you keep Kevin Owens off the shelf and hope that whatever he does, everything just goes away, you're making him a martyr.
That's what he said. Yep.
So I'm like, this is definitely justifying the direction that they're going in and justifying Kevin Owens getting another match against Cody for the championship. And this isn't going to be because Cody wants it. It's going to be because Cody needs to lose it in Kevin's mind.
It's going to be interesting stuff for sure. I'm going to be definitely looking into that, and we're going to talk more about it. But before we do, man, we have got my man. He's going to be running out. He's got some running to do because he's got to listen, guys. The house party is going to be crucial. So he's running out doing the same thing I'm about to be doing and just making some plays for the house party. So he's going to run out of here. Hype, anything you want to plug, man?
No, man. You can just find me right here at in your house doing things. I'm trying to make sure I do the smoke sessions on a regular basis. So catch those probably on Tuesdays, around 5-ish. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But you can also find me on the Kokomo Press and all the fun things that we do out there. Come to the house party, bro. Make sure to check out all the things that we do here on In Your House, bro. We didn't plug it enough today. I know you guys will, but Sabu is coming to the ECW watch-alongs, and that is going to be so much fun. Can't wait for that, bro. But yo, my name's Hypocrisy Jones, and I'm out, yo.
Later, man. Appreciate you giving your time. He is the man, Hype Jones. We appreciate everything that he does, but we got to do what we do here, and that's continue our talk on SmackDown. And man, once again, I thought it was a good episode. Really enjoyed it for everything that came to it. B-Fab was a good highlight. Cody giving his thoughts on all things Kevin Owens, but I want to talk about LA Knight a little bit because LA Knight is still over in the live crowds. But man, I gotta say, I'm kind of fiending for him to lose that U.S. title, man. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of ready to see it on somebody else. We didn't get a chance to see. I don't think we've seen Carmelo and Andrade on TV for maybe this is the second week now. So I don't know what's going on with that, but LA Knight defended against Berto in a match. It was a pretty good back and forth match, but I think we all knew it was going to be Berto. LA Knight, he's just a master on the mic. I can say that much. He knows how to compel a live crowd for sure. But I guess I got to ask you, Voice, where are you at on this U.S. title run at this point for LA Knight?
Well, I think it's already done what it was supposed to do for him.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really think it was going to move many needles. I knew it would suffice a lot of people and make them feel like the whoever runs WWE is listening to us and what we were saying.
Right.
And we were calling for him to have a title run. I know there was some people out there who were saying, they didn't think that he needed it, or someone else may have deserved it more than him, but I like the choice of them putting it on, but it's run its course. We've already know there's not much more you can get out of it with it. I think what you can get out of that title is what's coming up after him. And, I'm still going to say it. I think Melo needs to be that next champion, because I would love to see what he can do with a title. Because that's going to give me more confidence in the future when they decide to put larger titles on him. We can always harken back to this moment and what he's done already. I mean, the Andrade series was one of the best series. It should get like some award this year for how good it was.
Yeah, it was great. It was great. And it's between two great talents. One who's, there's not a lot, and the people don't talk about how crisp Andrade is on a regular basis. Like, I know he's not like prominently featured and whatnot, but the guy can just wrestle in his sleep. It's just crazy to watch him. And then the smoothness that Carmelo Hayes is developing in his young age and becoming really good. But I think the main talk of this United States title match was the end of it, and that was the reemergence of a new look Shinsuke Nakamura. Grun, what were you thinking when you saw the surprise return and the appearance of Shinsuke?
What I was thinking was we're probably going to finally see the best version of Shinsuke that we have ever seen in WWE. Because if he came out dressed as he was before, I would have been like, okay, like, all right, like it's gonna be nice seeing Shinsuke again, but I wouldn't have believed that they were gonna do anything important with him.
Right.
This new look makes me think he's not coming out to the same music. So that music is gone. No matter how much people love it, it's gone. It's not coming back. And we're getting an entirely new Shinsuke. Probably going to be telling his promos in Japanese again. But you know what? It's probably going to be really badass. It's probably going to be really good.
Yeah.
But like,
I love those promos.
I think this is going to be the best version of Shinsuke we've ever seen. And you know what? I'm all here for it. I'm cool if Shinsuke's the one to dethrone LA Knight.
That would be great.
I wouldn't be mad at that. That wouldn't bother me.
And Grun, can I ask you a question real quick? Like,
sure.
when you talked of those promos of Shinsuke, to me, and this is coming from me, I want to know if it hits you in the same way, but it almost made it like a comic book came to life. Like a Sin City, like coming to life. I don't know. It just gave me like
I see where you're going.
Yeah,
like a graphic novel coming to life with the way he put his passion into it and the way he talked. I absolutely love that version, and I hope they do capitalize and use that a little more.
I think they got the right people in charge, the right people around to make sure that this version of Shinsuke is told exceptionally well.
Yeah. I think you're right on that.
I agree. I really do. I love Shinsuke Nakamura. I've loved him since his years with New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's talented as hell. Got a chance to just see him just last year at Fastlane when it was in Indianapolis, and he main evented against Seth Rollins. and that was a last man standing match. That was fun. It was a good match, fun stuff. I love Shinsuke, so I'm very excited to see what this man does next, and I hope that it leads, because like you guys said, I'm not mad at all if he becomes the next US champion. I mean, he's already been an IC champion. He's been a great NXT champion. Let's not act like Shinsuke Nakamura does not have accolades with this company. Maybe not world championship, but he's also a Royal Rumble winner. He's come this close to winning the WWE championship. He's been there. So like, this is a guy who can really hold up a mid-card, especially a mid-card champion. And I feel like that this is going to be one of, I'm saying it, this is going to be one of, if not the toughest test of LA Knight's United States title reign for sure. And I think that's going to make it compelling. So
100%.
Yeah, I like that. I think Shinsuke's just he's such a different wrestler. And I've missed him so much, but it makes me wonder, like, what did they see to bring him back now? Like, I'm so ready for this
Me
roller
too.
coaster.
It could have been something as simple as Shinsuke decided that he was ready to come back and start wrestling on TV again, and they're like, Shinsuke, we want to have you back, but I don't think we can we can have the same Shinsuke. Give us something, but tell us something different. He portrayed this samurai version of Shinsuke, this darker side.
yeah,
And
It gives me Yakuza vibes.
Maybe it is a Yakuza.
Man, that would be cool
a
as shit.
version.
oh, Yakuza, I love that game series.
I mean, I think it's just gonna be a matter of, let's see what the promos are. Let's see what the story is, and let's hope that it's a good ride.
Gotcha.
More than fair, my friend. Most definitely, I'm excited for Shinsuke to be back. Most definitely, but you know, I got to talk about this because there's some exciting stuff happening in this growing tag team division in WWE on SmackDown, as we have the Motor City Machine Guns defending against the Street Profits. So I didn't realize Street Profits haven't held a tag team championship in 4 years. I did not. That's crazy. They said it on commentary. I'm like, really? It's been since the pandemic since they've held gold? That doesn't sound right to me. That's crazy.
No, it doesn't.
So insane. But apparently that's the case. But the story here. Say again?
I said that's Bidenomics for you. Sorry, fans. I'm not trying to get anything. It was just
son of a bitch.
Oh man, no, we have fun here. We have fun here, guys. But listen, the big thing that came out of this for me was the end of it. As you just had, you had Ciampa just come out and hit the scene and lay out the Street Profits to force the no contest. You have his tag team partner Johnny Gargano trying to stop him. He pushes his tag team partner down. We're seeing a different version of Ciampa that we haven't seen since his NXT days, when he was that killer, that bloodthirsty, more like gold thirsty, the way he would cherish and love that NXT championship. We're starting to find those vibes there in Ciampa, and I think that it's needed. I think that they tried to slow burn this for a while. And, DIY's held tag gold and things of that nature, and they have a history. But at the end of the day, I always felt like this was going to end with Ciampa turning on Johnny, because let's face it, Ciampa is a fantastic heel that has top heel. I mean, he has top heel vibes. You can put him in that spot and he can be the top heel on a show for sure. And I think that him being in that tag team and running around and let's go stuff with Johnny Gargano was great for the time that they needed it, just to get established on the roster again, because it was going to be hard for them to do it by themselves. But with this persona that he's starting to show out now, where he's like, Johnny, quit being a little bitch. That's basically what he's telling Johnny Gargano, is quit being a little bitch. I don't care about your friendship with I don't care about your friendship with those Alex Shelley and whatnot over in the Motor City Machine Guns, Nick Saban. I don't care. We're supposed to be winning. It's supposed to be about us, but you're being, we're friends, we're buddies. Like, no, that's exactly what we're seeing. That's the story that Ciampa is telling right now. And I think it's going to lead to Ciampa shedding off the dead skin that is Johnny Gargano and morphing into his transformation of being that gold-thirsty killer, the man we know, the psychopath that is Ciampa. Grun, what do you think, man? Are you kind of seeing that same thing, or where are you at?
I think we are definitely seeing. I think this is Blackheart. I think this is Tommaso the Blackheart, Tommaso Ciampa we are seeing right now. That is 100% clear. The question that I have isn't when is he going to drop Johnny? It's is he going to drop Johnny, or is he going to turn Johnny into what Jones said last week, into Johnny No Heart?
Yeah, that's right. I remember that now.
Like that. Like, I think that has some mileage since we've never seen that. A heel Johnny and Tommaso teaming up. We haven't seen that. We've seen Johnny and Tommaso go to war. And granted, it's been close to 10 years since we've seen them go to war. But it's still something we've seen. We know that they can knock it out of the park. But I think if they are going to go down that route, they need a little bit more to the story this time around.
So, okay, you got me.
So I think heel turn, keep them heels as a tag team. They win the tag titles for a bit, and then if you want to go Johnny turns face, you can. I think you can do that just fine. Tell that story over again, but it has new gasoline, new fire. It has new meat on the bone. That's going to make it that it won't recreate the exact magic that they had with their original run and feud, but it will be good enough.
Yeah. You really got my wheels turning, man, because when I think about a heel DIY with the Blackheart and No Heart, why don't we just run this back? Like, really, what is Austin Theory doing besides doing something with Grayson Waller, a go nowhere tag team? Once this stuff ends with Nia Jax, Candice LeRae is going to be looking for something else to do. Why don't we just have a heel way? Bring back the way.
I'm cool with that. I'm completely cool with that, because Austin Theory, I think he needs something.
Yeah.
Because like, we're all assuming that Grayson Waller is going to turn on Theory. What if it's Theory that turns on Waller first?
Yeah.
And then he joined, and then Grayson invite, and this all happens through Grayson inviting Tommaso, Johnny, and Candice, or just Tommaso and Johnny onto the Grayson Waller effect, because they've turned heel and they've won tag team titles. Waller's talking smack, and then Theory, he's looking at Tommaso and Johnny like, these guys, they got gold, and these guys, like, and it's like, what am I doing being this guy's wingman? These two are offering to make me a fucking badass. This guy's he's just using me.
Yeah. Yep.
He drops Waller right then and there. Maybe Candice comes out and comes out in all of this to cause a distraction to Grayson, giving Austin the opportunity to drop Waller. And then that's right there. They show whatever the sign was for the way, whatever that was.
Yep. And I think people would be excited about it. I think there's a place for it, something big like that. And let's face it, this is a landscape in professional wrestling where stables are the way. I've said this many times on this show that stables are huge right now. It feels a lot like the mid-90s where there were a lot of stables, and he was just like, what do you think is cool? Were you a Nation of Domination guy? Were you a BWO guy? Were you NWO? Were you LWO? Were you Radicals? Were you D-Generation X? There was a whole lot, so many facts, and I think we're seeing that right now, whether we have that idea we pitched earlier for Mia Yim, Jada Parker, and B-Fab, or even bringing back a heel the way. But I think definitely there's a spot where you can do a heel DIY, because right now the Street Profits, they're still baby faces, even though they're trying to show a more serious persona. The champions right now are baby faces just because they're indie darlings. Where's their heel tag teams right now besides really, El Gato Lo Fantasma, and nobody takes them seriously like that. Like, I think getting in Johnny's head and telling him like, hey, we need to lose our heart. It has a place for that, for sure. Like, but you hearing all this voice, what are you thinking, man? With heel DIY, do you want to see Johnny and Tommaso go up against each other? Do you want to see The Way come back and see what they could do on SmackDown? What are your thoughts, man?
I personally, I've heard what you guys are saying, and a lot of those do make sense of where they could pivot. But personally, like we were talking earlier, I think this is a way to get rid of the authors of pain. And if you're going to go heel DIY, why not give Karrion Kross them in his group? Have them heel DIY, watch his back while they're out there making fantastic matches happen in this new light of a Johnny Gargano being heel. Because I think we're getting the Tommaso Ciampa of which Triple H was cutting promos about, of how great he was before he got that next injury. I mean, Tommaso Ciampa, if you go back in time and you see what before his neck injury, what they had planned for him, he was about to take over the division. And I think that's what you want to get back to ultimately with a character like Tommaso Ciampa. And if you're going to do it in a tag team way and you want to keep Gargano relevant, give him this new look. Give him this new cape to wear for a while. He can be the heel. He can be a dark heart, no heart, as Jones put it, no heart Gargano. Let's see it. Why not? We're in the age of wrestling where we're trying all these things that maybe at the story, the writing may not make sense, but the fans love it and they make it make sense. So let's get to that. I would love something like this. And I think, honestly, Karrion Kross would be a really cool addition to this because we've seen what he can do, but let's see what he can do with people who can do shit outside of him. Like, they don't need, none of them need each other, but it would be cool to see them kind of form something.
Yeah, I like that just because, once again, it's like I said earlier, the authors of pain are statues, man. They're just statues. And Karrion Kross is doing awesome work. I think if you put a couple of dark-hearted guys around him just like that would be great. Because I'm like, The Miz don't fit that role. Like, The Miz is not, he doesn't give me those dark type vibes or anything like that. I see what they're doing, but I'm just like, where is this leading towards? Authors are paying their statues. You can keep Scarlett. Scarlett's always going to be around for that. But if you want some great henchmen around you that I think that are going to add to what Karrion Kross is doing, yeah, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano will be a great fit. That'd be a nice stable for sure. I'd probably see what they can do on SmackDown for sure. Let them do their thing on SmackDown. That'd be fun. Yeah.
You can keep The Miz in there. The Miz becomes your wise man.
Yeah. The wise man, the politicker, the guy that gets
wearing
title
the
opportunities.
suit.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy you send in there to make the negotiation.
Yeah.
I could see The Miz working there. But I could also see kicking them the fuck out and going the route you're saying.
Absolutely.
Because it all could work. Karrion Kross has proved that.
Yeah, Karrion has no loyalty to anyone.
No.
If you're Karrion uses people. Like, that is his MO. And
he's poison, bro.
Yeah.
And how can you
knows
use a dark
it? He knows that he loves it.
You can't use a dark heart. They're going to do what they want. They're loyal to you until they ain't.
Yeah.
And then you can have this all explode, and then everybody goes their individual ways. You get the rematch of Gargano versus Ciampa, and you get Karrion Kross going on to bigger and better things.
Yeah. Definitely put Karrion Kross in that mid-card title picture. He'd be great. I mean, there's definitely a place for it. This is an ever-evolving WWE roster for sure. And Voice, you talked a little bit about loyalty just a second ago. Speaking of loyalty, let's talk about family loyalty with everything going on with the bloodline. I mean, a whole lot of moving parts. Roman, one big thing that I'm noticing from Roman is that this guy is stubborn as all get out. Like, Roman Reigns is stubborn. So you have Sammy and the Usos. They're looking for him. He finally finds him in there. He really doesn't say a whole lot. Solo's music hits. Solo and his bloodline, which seems like a well-oiled machine right now. They come out and, well, you know, he does a whole tells Milwaukee to acknowledge him being Solo, and right after that, out comes Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns making a beeline to the ring. Out comes the rest of the bloodline as well, the OG bloodline, and they're coming, and the fight breaks out and whatnot. And as it seems like the OG bloodline is starting to really take advantage of things, because we have Jacob Fatu staring down Roman Reigns in the ring. Out of nowhere comes a big bad kaiju, and that is, of course, Big Bronson Reed coming out and swearing his allegiance to what it seems like the bloodline, at least for this event here. But he fits into the group really well. He fits the aesthetic absolutely. But man, Bronson Reed, who's going to stop this bloodline? You got Jacob Fatu and Bronson Reed on your side. Man, it's really looking tough for the OG bloodline, man. Grun, you were seeing all this. What was you thinking as far as seeing this story of the bloodline play out, even to the end part when Roman Reigns is trying to make a call to his wise man? Nobody's on the other side. The numbers disconnected. What are your thoughts, man?
My thoughts are that we are seeing something very unique, because now Bronson Reed is Australian, but by ethnicity he is Samoan.
Wow.
He is Samoan. As far as is he a member of the, somehow related to the
This is just gonna blow my Sunday up if this happens. I swear to God.
Okay. So what they're calling him is Avakasi, is a Samoan word that refers to a Samoan person with some European ancestry. Okay, so that's what they're calling him.
All right.
But now he is being, I guess, inducted into the bloodline family, we can say.
So there's no blood relation?
I don't think there is.
So. He was on the Chris Van Vliet Insight podcast recently, and he mentioned, he was asked by Chris, like, are you part of the family? Bronson doesn't know. There is a possibility by far extension, because we've seen how far this goddamn family tree goes.
Yeah.
It's got big branches.
Okay, so it is possible that he is a far extended cousin, that farther extended than we've ever seen.
Jeez,
But he is Samoan. He is Samoan.
He is biologically. He is Samoan.
That's crazy.
It is crazy. But what I thought with this is like, okay, so now this is how they get Seth Rollins to join their team.
Pull him in, yeah.
Team at the same time, like this is definitely going to bring up the question, like, if, because it's like Roman, he needs an army, he needs an elite force, and look, Jimmy, Jay, Sammy, and Seth at his side, like, that is an elite force, but that is an elite force where there is drama between all 5 people in the team.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So like the only person that I can see that can pull this together is either Sammy or Paul Heyman. And I know that Sammy, Jay, and Seth, they don't like Paul, but Paul has always been about unity, and it has always been about business.
Yes, he has.
So I think if there is a man that all 5 of these men are going to listen to, is going to be Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
And the question is definitely going to be like, while Paul did not pick up the phone, the question is going to be, where is Paul's allegiance when he does show back up?
Hey, that's a big question. What is going to happen? Because he managed Solo while Roman was gone, but also Solo is the reason why Paul is gone. Man, a whole lot of things playing into this heavy stuff. This bloodline stuff is just moving right now. I need my man Voice to hop in on this conversation. What are your thoughts on the current state of the bloodline? What the hell? What inning are we in, bro? I don't know anymore.
Yeah, I think the innings don't matter. This game is just being played at whatever the bloodline says it is, because we are getting things that are kind of shocking us. Who called Bronson Reed? I didn't. I wouldn't even have guessed that in 20 guesses.
Yeah.
I mean, we've all been harking. It was a possibility of Hikuleo. I seen one video where some guy had the idea of John Moxley coming back and Hikuleo joining the new bloodline, Moxley joining up with the Shield, and like it was mind blowing. But what we are here with is the possibility of Seth securing that spot, and everybody in this story, yes, there are past things that have really fucked over a couple of these guys in this. But we all need to get over this and combat what is about to come, because what is worse, or what is going to be more damaging to the roster, is this new bloodline, because of one man. Jacob Fatu, in his own self, is going to be a force through the rest of the roster once they get past the OG bloodline, which Roman really needs to focus on what the goal at hand is, and that is destruction. And like I agree with everybody on this one. Paul Heyman is the man to do that. Paul Heyman is the man to center everybody. He was the man who got a bunch of ECW wrestlers together to put on one of the best shows ever weekly. So like, he's the guy to calm down the waves. Because once these waves are calm and you have everybody in the OG bloodline link up and work together, there's nothing to stop them. Nothing.
Good point. Great point. I mean, it's going to be massive, man. It is going to be huge, Voice, big, and we're going to be watching it with everybody out there. November 30th. It's going to be great. The house party. We're making a movie, ladies and gentlemen, and you guys are invited. We got our game master over here, the Voice, Josh, Joseph, and it's going to be great. We're going to have Grun in attendance via satellite is basically what we're going to be having, and that's going to be great. It's going to be a fun time. I'm really, really excited for what we're about to do, man. And I got to say this before we slide out of here, call this a really great episode, because we got to talk about the women's main event really fast. And that's Naomi versus Nia Jax for the championship. A lot of moving parts. I'm loving the state of the women's division right now, Voice and Grunt. I really am. You have the women's tag team championships displayed on display as they were getting laid out by Raw's Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez in the back when they were trying to help Naomi and get out there because Tippy was out there. Then you had Bayley involved and she was in the mix. That was great stuff. I mean, and then you have Candice LeRae. She's getting involved in the main event. But I'm super surprised because I know how much you champion Naomi, Voice, and nobody said it on the broadcast. I don't know why it didn't come to somebody. But if Naomi would have won, she would have not just became the WWE Women's Champion. She would have also still been in contention in the tournament to become the first ever WWE US Women's Champion. And I think that would have been huge because it's like, that was, in that moment, it was a real possibility, man. This match was good. Naomi is just really she's a staple in this women's division. Nia Jax is really growing into her own as a champion, man. I just felt like that it was big to note that Naomi could have really had that like huge back-to-back accomplishments just like that, bro.
Yeah, she could have. And who would you have wanted more in that moment? Because the amount of work that this woman has put in to get back to where she's at, and for the fans to accept it, and no one really said anything about any type of rust, any of that. It was once we seen her back, everybody was happy to see her there. And I'm so excited for her career right now. and all the possibilities she has. And I think that was a very great point when you brought it up in pre-show. That would have been a moment to just cherish this year. I mean, really and honestly, and look at, because I think people kind of think that she may have had an easier road to get back. I don't know, because this is a story to champion, because she did work her butt off to get back to this position and running through promotions, making appearance, making her name not fall wayside. I mean, really, Sasha Banks, come on, Mercedes Moné, whatever you want to call her right now. She's making waves because she's saying shit.
Stock
And
down. Stock
yeah.
down.
Nobody's going, wow, did you see this match with her? Did you see this match? I'm not saying it. I'm not seeing it. And I follow her everywhere. She's not even saying it. So there's an issue there. I think WWE rode with the right horse, and that's Naomi. They put the money down. She's making that final turn, and I do see her within the next 4 months getting a women's world title.
I don't disagree with that. I mean, the work right there is just what you're seeing. She was just in the main event on SmackDown. She's a contender in the WWE United States Women's Tournament. I mean, that's not crazy to say. She's really putting in great work. I still stand firm the fact that I think she needs to be the first WWE United States Women's Champion and then start coming out in that red, white, and blue gear. I just think it's a good vibe to see a strong black woman in United States colors. I think it's big. It'd be great. It wouldn't
awesome. Feel produced. You know what I mean?
It would not.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't
feel genuine, because that's who she is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. I absolutely love it. I think you're hitting the mark on that one. And,
for sure.
They should cut you a check on this one.
Yeah, man, they should cut us a check for sure. Like, absolutely. And we're going to stay with that conversation, and we're going to stay with that when we continue, because I think that Naomi is somebody that needs to be followed for sure. And we're going to keep that going because that tournament continues. It ends at Saturday night main event. That's coming up on the 14th. That's going to be awesome to do a Saturday night main event. I'm going to talk to you guys off the air about something for that. Maybe possibly do something for that. We'll see how it goes if I can. But we're gonna talk a little bit about that off the air. But we got to get off the air because there's a lot of things that I know I got to do. I got to run around and grab some things. I'm moving around the city, ladies and gentlemen. Indianapolis, I'm coming because I will be there to collect some great things for this huge house party. We're super excited about it. It's going to be great. So I got to get out of here. I got to skate and make those trips. And when I skate out of here, I got to give respect to my awesome co-hosts here and give them the opportunity to plug anything they want to plug. I'll throw it over here to my man on Friday nights that covers SmackDown in his room. That is Grunmeister, man. Anything you want to plug, brother, man?
You can catch me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Grunmeister, where you can catch me doing some stuff on Mondays with a voice. And then you can catch me streaming on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, sometimes Saturdays and Sundays too. Fridays, that's when I do my SmackDown preview review show. Put onto the voice.
Yes, voice. What do you got, man?
So if you want to catch me and the Blue-Eyed Villain and the Chaos Goblins, jump on this train when we go and depart on Monday at 7 p.m., where we go live and we give you the Monday Night Raw preview show, where we talk about 2 topics that are a general discussion, and then my co-hosts take over. And they give you a topic from each, and we discuss it. It's a fun time. Come join us on that one. And then if you have enough stamina in you at the end of the week and you want to get extreme with me and Howse, well, that's the time to do it when we go live and we talk ECW. And it's going to be a banger this week. We have the one, the only, the homicidal, genocidal, suicidal man himself, Sabu, for an interview. So join us for that one. It's going to be, as Howse says, a movie. I have waited a long time to speak to this man. So please join us. It's going to be so fantastic. A true dream will come true. Much like the Bill Alfonso interview, this one is just right up there, if not a little more, just because I know the scars this man wears and how he got them. So come join us then. And you can always hit me up here on a Sunday house party where, well, you hear what I have to say. You may like it, you may not like it, but at least you're watching and we appreciate it. So join us and catch me at that In Your House Live house party on November 30th, where we're going to play some games and it's going to be fun. So join us, have a blast, and enjoy what we got to offer, man. Check out that merch too, because we all know we want to get a voice out there. Who doesn't want to support the voice and walk around in this mug on your chest? You know, it'd be fun.
A voice hoodie, a voice fanny pack. That would be great. We're here for it. Guys, check out our merch store. Just like my man said, that is on Brain Buster Tees, and it's great, man. I'm so glad we got a merch store up, so that way everybody who enjoys what we do, the content that we create, can have something to represent it. I know I'm going to be grabbing a hat, a hoodie, things like that, just because In Your House, I love what we do. Brain Buster Tees, check us out and check me out right here doing my thing on In Your House. Once again, for the sake of pure transparency, it's getting to be the holiday season, y'all, so you guys know how it is. Our regular listeners, on a yearly basis, I kind of turned down a little bit because of my shoot job that goes down in December. In December, it's big, a lot of volumes and whatnot. So I will not be seen so much in December, but my guys are holding it down. You can catch me on Sundays. We're going to figure out what I can do as far as my other shows. We're still hammering that out, but the content's not stopping, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep going and giving y'all exactly what you come here for. And that's that work, because it's HOWSC, and that WL, it stands for work. So for the Grundmeister, for the voice Josh Joseph, for Hypocrisy Jones, for the Chaos Goblin Kevin Calloway, for Divinely Designed Danny O'Neill, for the world's most dangerous podcaster Paragon, I am Alakan, the Concept House, here to remind you to tell a friend, to tell a friend, to tell a friend to hop on this bandwagon. Get on or get gone, because the household is still going mighty strong. You guys have a great day and a great rest of your week. Peace.
Yeah. In your house with O'Con. Hey, O'Con in your house. Hollywood in your house. Hypocrisy's head in the clouds. Curating all kind of loud. Wrestling in front of the crowds. Paragon's holding it down. Anybody can get it. Josh Joseph standing on his decisions. He is the voice. There is no choice. Wisdom voice in your house making wrestling noise. Moving fast just like cruiserweight action. In your house is the perfect distraction. Prophecy in your ears when you in traction. Get this work with some wrestling action. Smoke.